Hey, everybody, I'm Harlan Cohen. It's great to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful week, and I'm so grateful that I have the chance to pop into your day. So, this is January 15th, and we're kind of like a little bit into the year, right? We're halfway through the month. And I know that January is a time of new beginnings, and all of us were really excited to see 2020 leave, to have it in the rearview mirror. Do you remember January 1st? Do you remember January 1st? It seems like it was forever ago. But January 1st, and I wanted to pull this because I thought it was kind of cool just to give us some context. January 1st, if you see the cover of the New York Times from January 1st, leaving a troubled year behind. So we were supposed to have left a troubled year behind. And I don't even need to talk about what happened. It's kind of like 2020 left and it was like stinky. It's almost like, a bad odor, and it had a trail that just kept going, and the trail was very strong, even more pungent than 2020. So a lot of people start off the new year and they have resolutions and they're all excited and we get all hyped up, and then we just, life happens. So I purposefully have been waiting to introduce this experiment, this thing that I'm putting out there, because I wanted to get a couple weeks into 2021 because, it's like life is real and things are always happening. And you can see again, we don't have a lot of control over our world. I mean, clearly we don't have a lot of control. And I know a lot of us have felt that. And I'm not getting deep into, the events because I think I'm still traumatized. And I also want to be really positive and upbeat and really make it clear that, there are always things to find hope and light with during difficult times. So I want to give you something that is going to help to set the tone and to help give you a little hope and a little bit of light. So the year started off, and like I said before, we were really hopeful and excited. There were some exciting events in my home. We actually celebrated the launch of the new book. This is the new book, Win or Learn: The Naked Truth About Turning Every Rejection into Your Ultimate Success. And we had a celebration at home, and that was really wonderful. We had a cake. My wife, Stephanie, who's just awesome, got a cake, and we have one of our kids is gluten free. So this cake's actually gluten free. So when you look at this cake and you think, wow, that's a nice looking cake, you imagine that it's got gluten. But you know what they say? You can't judge a book by its cover, right? So that was the cover of the cake. So we celebrated this book launch, and the thing we celebrated, it wasn't, everybody was excited, and people were very kind and shared that they were proud of me. And I really didn't want people to be proud of me because this is not about me. This has not been about me throughout this entire process. It's actually really different. This is really about you guys. It's about doing something wonderful for people and creating some light, being able to provide some hope during a time that can be really challenging and difficult. The book is all about creating change. And it brings up the question: what do you want to create? What do you want to change? Or what do you want to experience in 2021? Because that's really what this is all about. It's about you. And we live in a world where there isn't a lot of certainty and we don't always have control over our environment. So the only thing we can control is what is it that we want and how can we create the things we want so that we can have balance, so that we can have light, so that we can create love within our own homes, hoping that that then radiates out into the world. So to do that, I want to be with you to help you to create this. So starting Monday, that's right, starting Monday, January 18th, I am launching a Win or Learn 25-day risk-taking experiment. And this risk-taking experiment, get ready for this. This is where it gets exciting. I've got to scroll, okay? This Win or Learn 25-day risk-taking experiment is all about helping you to focus in on something you want to create, change, or experience, and walking you through the steps that are part of the book. Now, the only thing that you need to do is nothing. Like that's the beauty of what it is I'm proposing, because you can do this or not do it. And if you want to sign up and participate, great. If you don't, that's great too. If you want to get the daily emails, that's wonderful. If you want to open them, even better. This experiment is all about giving you something that you can do on a daily basis, something that you can do in January and in February to help you to be centered, to help you to be focused, and to help you to find some love and light. If you are a parent, this is wonderful for you. If you have kids, you can encourage them to participate in this. If you're a teacher, this is great for your students. It's also wonderful for you. If you're a business leader, this is fantastic because what I'm going to do is walk you through the 5 steps in the book. And each week, I'm going to give you some lessons and a prompt, a little exercise that you can do. It's going to take very little of your time. The videos are going to be anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, and they're going to help you each day to really create balance, health, love, and light. So the 5 steps of the book are very clear and very simple. And one of the things about this book, I write long books typically, like really long books. I like to use a lot of words. This book is like, I can show you, it's very short. It's got pictures, right? Let me do it so you can see it. It's got pictures. It's got it's like double spaced. So if like you were to do a term paper in school, like this is the type of space, and it's super easy to read. And there's 5 steps. So let me go through the 5 steps with you real quickly. Step 1, and this is going to be week 1, talks all about wanting. But in order to want, you have to feel deserving and worthy of the things in your world that you want. Because if you don't feel worthy, if you don't feel deserving, then you're going to be too afraid to take risks. You're always going to be looking at other people and other things with envy. You're going to focus less on what you want and more about what other people have and what they want. So week 1 is all about, what do you want? How can you go after it? And if you're thinking, I'm really good at wanting, well, you might be good at wanting in areas where you have comfort. But when it comes to really wanting, when it comes to looking in the mirror and actually acknowledging those things in your life that are creating a lot of discomfort, that are creating a lot of pain, things that you really need to address, it's hard to do that. And I'm going to explain why. And you're going to have a chance to walk through that process. Week 2 is all about getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. Now, discomfort is rooted in rejection. There's always a way to find a connection to rejection. In the book, I talk about the different forms of rejection. I talk about why rejection is so hard. I break it down so that rejection is no longer something that creates pain, but it's something that helps you to discover and learn. It sparks curiosity. And I'm really excited about week 2, getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. That's like, I have to tell you, for me doing this, streaming live, offering this insight, I want to share this information because I think it's really going to help and change lives. And I know it helps change lives, but it's uncomfortable. But in order for me to be able to share this and offer this, I need to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. So it's kind of the fun of the process of me doing something that isn't maybe in my comfort zone, because I want to offer with the purest of intention and help you along the way. Week number 3, we're going to talk about people, places, and patience, because everything is about who are your people, where are your places, and how long will it take to get where you want to go. So many of us will take a risk. We get beaten and bruised. We get rejected, and we give up. But when you have people, places, and patience, and you're intentional about this, you're able to create the dynamics so that when you go after what you want and when you face discomfort, you will always be supported. And I'm going to help you to find your people, and I'm going to create a place for you, because this is a place, and I'm going to be there to support you, and we'll support each other along the way. We'll see what happens. And this could be cool. Maybe we'll end up getting like a win or learn group. Maybe this will become something much bigger, and it can become a movement, and we can do cycle after cycle, because there's always things that we want. But I'd love to have you on this journey and be the people who could be in other people's corner to help them along the way. Week 4 is all about telling your story as if it happened. And we're going to break that down. And you're going to tell the story of your day, of your week, of your month. You can even tell the story of your hour. And telling your story is such a wonderful way of looking at life, because you leapfrog the fear and anxiety, and you're able to put yourself out there and experience the wonderful results before ever actually creating them in your physical world, which is like so awesome. And then week 5 is celebrate, reflect, and repeat. Week 5 is we're going to look back at the risk that you took, and you're going to celebrate, because no matter what, something will happen. And I'm a firm believer, if you do something, something happens, right? I mean, like, that's true. If you do nothing, well, nothing happens. So I want us to reflect and to celebrate no matter what, to reflect, and then to repeat the same risk or take a new one. And we can do this again and again and again and again. I mean, it's a never-ending process, and it's just so cool, and it's so exciting. I'm a pretty, what would I say? I was gonna say anxious, but I'm not really, like, I'm not as anxious as I used to be. Uh, I am self-aware, and I've always been self-aware, and I have always wanted to be liked and appreciated and desired, and, I struggled with feeling good enough. I still sometimes struggle with that. But the steps in this book and the process that I'm going to share with you will shift your mindset. It shifts mine. It's changed mine. I'll share some of the habits and rituals and the things that I've done to help myself along the way that I think can help you. But what happens is when you go through this process, you end up changing your mindset. And more than anything, win or learn, based on Nelson Mandela's quote, "I never lose, I either win or learn." It's about shifting your mindset. If you're familiar with growth mindset and Carol Dweck's work, which is wonderful, there are people who have a fixed mindset, and there are people who have a growth mindset. People who have a fixed mindset tend to have very rigid expectations. If things aren't the way that they expect them to be, they tend to become very fixed in their thinking. And a lot of that's rooted in the discomfort that comes with acknowledging that I may not have the answer. What's so wonderful about win or learn and this approach and the mindset is that when you live in a world where you can be interesting, intelligent, attractive, dynamic, have worth and value, and be deserving no matter what, if people don't give you what you want, because there's a truth of the universe that I share in the book, it's called the universal rejection truth. The universal rejection truth is a law of nature that says not everyone and everything is going to always respond to us the way we always want everyone and everything to respond. It is a law of nature. And when you can acknowledge this law of nature, and when you can embrace this law of nature, it becomes so much easier to be you because you aren't fixed. The world is a place where we observe, where we become curious. We become one with it as opposed to being against it. Having a win or learn mindset shifts it all because you have room to be imperfect. You have room to not know the answers. You have room to seek help and assistance from people and put yourself in places where you can learn. And it's mind blowing. I can't even express to you. I almost got emotional, like how exciting it is, because in a time in history and in a place where there is so much chaos and lack of control, this approach and mindset really provides light and hope, and it's something that radiates out into the world. So I invite you to participate in this. We'll be doing this throughout the year. There's so little commitment on your part. You can just sign up. You don't even need to sign up. I'm going to put the videos out here every day. And the way it works is once you sign up, you will get a link to the video. I'll be doing it live on Zoom, streaming to my YouTube page. But then you'll get a copy. I'll send you a link of the lesson so you can participate in that later in the day. And be a prompt question, something you can do, something you could think about. You don't even have to send me the answer. It's just something for you. And we're going to do this. We're going to do this every day, Monday through Friday. And we're just going to build a wonderful connection and create something wonderful. So what happens after this? Something will happen. It's kind of the attitude. Win or learn is a wonderful way of looking at life. I'm really excited for the book, and I encourage you, if you participate in this, pick up the book. It's at Barnes and Noble, it's on Amazon. It's a fast read, it's a quick read. I think it will help you. The thing is, you also don't need to pick up the book. I'm going to share with you what's in the book. I think you'll like having it because it's a great reminder, and it's something that you can share with others as well. If you have any questions about this, send me a note. I would love to connect with you. You're going to see I'm putting out a ton of content, a lot of content. I am fearless when it comes to this now because I'm so comfortable sharing something that I believe in that I think is going to help you. And if you welcome it into your life, wonderful. And if it's not the right time, wonderful. But I'm just so grateful to be here and be in your corner. So thanks for watching this, and I look forward to this adventure. All right, have the best rest of your day, night, whenever you're watching this, and I look forward to participating in this experiment with you. And of course, I look forward to being in your corner. All right, thanks everybody. Can't wait to continue the conversation. Thanks.